Higuain, Maisie run. It's a shot by Chelsea and they're in front 2-1. 90 minutes, surely Chelsea have won the Europa League and knocked out Arsenal and ended their Champions League hopes. Or has it? That's right, folks, back once again with another simulation video, this time looking forward to the 2019 Europa League final over in Baku between Chelsea and Arsenal. We'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button and keep your bang up to date with all things Europa League related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We're going to all hear under one roof, and yes, it does feel an absolute lifetime away since Blackburn Rovers were in the dizzy heights of European football, but we're going to focus on it anyway and take a look at another all-English final, this time between two giants of London. And that is Arsenal-Chelsea duking out over in Baku. Now, what's going to go on here? Hopefully, behind me right now, you can see 100 snapshots of the Europa finals that I did simulate over the course of a couple of days ago. And then I'm going to try and bring all those results to you condensed in some sort of statistical form, and try and hopefully give you what the simulation predicts will be the final score over in Baku come final whistle on Wednesday, I believe. I don't know what the date is. Is it going to be the 27th? Something like that? I don't know. I don't know what the date is. In fact, let me have a quick look at it. It's the 29th of May over in Baku. But so what we're going to do now is go over some of the highs and lows that I did notice through the 100 simulations of the Europa League final. Kick it off with this one for Arsenal fans. That's right. 4-1 winners in one of the simulations with Torreira scoring, Denis Suarez getting a double, and Mkhitaryan on the score sheet. On the flip side, Chelsea did score David Luiz. Now, one thing I want to stress, and I'm going to probably go over this a few times throughout this video, is the team selections. I had nothing to do with it. It was all computer simulated, and there are some horrific inclusions. For example, on the Arsenal side, I think Mkhitaryan was always selected, and on the flip side, Chelsea had Izzy Brown in the starting 11. They also had Todd Kane on the bench. Who else? They had another bizarre one. I think Kurt Zouma at centre back. So these are completely computer simulated. I did not get my fingers stuck into it anyway whatsoever. Anyway, moving on to the next high and low. This was for Chelsea. 6-1 demolition of Arsenal with I think it's Hazard getting a hat trick there. Big fat OG by Leno. Higuain getting a goal, and Izzy Brown, there he is, scoring a goal for Chelsea. And on the flip side, Lacazette getting just the one for Arsenal. But that is a bit of a lopsided one-sided affair. That would be a bit too boring for a neutral's point of view. How about this one, though? A 3-2 finish in favour of Chelsea. Once again, Hazard with 2. Kante with a goal. And I'll tell you what, he scores a few of them. And on the flip side, it is an OG by the keeper. And Mustafi gets the other goal for Arsenal. There's also a red card in there anyway. But there's just some of the highs and lows. So let's kind of bring you up to date with the whole 100 simulation. Now, also, I just want to shout out here, hopefully, fingers crossed I'm going to do this, and upload all 100 of the snapshots so you can go through the data yourselves and pick up some highs and lows. Maybe go down memory lane with me. So those screenshots and all the rest of the data will be readily available through a couple of links in the description down below. I'm just going to make sure I do it. But anyway, kick it off further. Let's take a look at the ins and outs and all the good stuff. So all in all, the highest amount of goals scored by each side throughout these 100 simulations was Chelsea's 6 and it was Arsenal's 4. Now, Arsenal did that a couple of times. Chelsea only hit the 6th once, I'm going to tell you that now. So, yeah, don't expect like 26-1 results for Chelsea. No, it just happened once. Meanwhile, there was 29 different goal scorers amongst the two sides, and they are divided like this. Chelsea had 16 of the top goal scorers, whereas Arsenal had 13. And let's take a look at the top 10 of the overall goal scorers throughout the 100 simulations. And kicking off with number 10, and that's a Chelsea player. He scored 8 goals, and his name is Kovacic. That's right, he got 8 goals throughout the campaign, so he is the 10th top goal scorer. Meanwhile, the 9th top goal scorer is an Arsenal player who had 12 goals throughout the 100 simulations. It is Lacazette. That's right. Into 8th spot, we have a Chelsea man. He is the defender, and he scored 13 goals. It is David Luiz. That's great Imundo. Next up, we have a player who's probably not going to play for Arsenal. He probably would play if situations are different, and that is 15 goal scorer Mkhitaryan. That's right. Obviously, there's some question marks around his security and safety and things like that. So I think ultimately the decision has been made. correct me if I'm wrong, that he's not going to play. So that is that. Next up, I don't know if this guy's injured or not. I don't know. I didn't really hear too much about him, so I'm not too sure if his loan spell has been any good. But it's an Arsenal man, scored 18 goals throughout the simulations, and it's Denis Suarez. Next up, it is the strange one of the whole cluster. I didn't realise it until midway through my simulation. I thought, you know what, this is absolutely horrific. But it is a Chelsea man who scored 19 goals. 19 goals! Maybe he's a wonder kid for the future. Just put this out there. It is Izzy Brown. He is a Chelsea player, but I believe he is on loan at Leeds, so I don't think he would take part in this anyway. So it's a little bit of a dubious one here, but we're going to roll with it. Maybe we'll just rename him Callum Hudson-Odoi. I know he's out injured, or somebody. But yeah, Chelsea man, 19 goals. Next up, we have another Chelsea man who scored 22 goals. This one was a bit of a surprise as well. I don't even know if he scores goals. It is N'Golo Kante. 22 goals throughout the 100 simulations. That is quite an impressive feat by the man. Next up, we have another Chelsea man who scored 30 goals, and his name is Gonzalo Higuain. Yes, and into the top two we go. Number 2, it is an Arsenal man. It is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who scored 35 goals throughout the simulations. And wrapping it up, it is Eden Hazard, who ran away with it with 47 goals throughout the whole 100. So that's nearly 1 every 2, so that's not too shabby. And let's just take a look at those goal scorers for you in all the glory. So Todd Kane, again, another player where I don't think he's on the books. He actually scored one of the goals. In fact, he scored that one that you just saw in the intro. Next up, Emerson Palmieri, he got 1 goal. Barkley got 1. Drinkwater got 1. Jorginho got 1. Oliver Giroud just got 2. Alonso got 2. Asapecha got 4. Kurt Zouma got 5. There were 6 OGs by Arsenal players, and then obviously it's the rest of the players that you already saw. Kovacic, Luiz, Brown, Kante, Higuain, and Hazard. Those are the goals. They are broken down for Chelsea. As for Arsenal, Callum Chambers is another player who is out on loan for Fulham, I believe. He scored 1 goal. Monreal got 1. Socrates got 1. Lichtsteiner got 2. Xhaka got 4. Torreira got 4. Mustafi got 5. Iwobi got 5. 6 OGs, and then there's the rest, as you see. Lacazette, Mkhitaryan, Suarez, and Aubameyang. Now, what about red mist? There are a total of 23 red cards in all simulations, and it's divided like this: 12 for Chelsea, 11 for Arsenal, and they are broken up like this. So these are all the red cards. I think I'm going to divide them up in a minute. So Xhaka got 1, Torreira got 1, Mustafi got 1, Lacazette got 1, Suarez got 1, Aubameyang got 1, Alonso, Zouma, Kovacic, and Luiz also got 1 for Chelsea. And then it's the top 5 or 6 here. Lichtsteiner got 2, Jorginho got 2. Asapecha got 2, Mkhitaryan got 3, Kante got 4 red cards. And just so if you're a OCD dude like me, there you go. They're organised by team for you there. So yes, moving on to the nitty gritty now. There we go. The whole 100 results. I've teased it long enough. So let's take a look at it. This is it, folks. There is some good news for both sides and some bad news for both sides, but ultimately the good news goes in favour of Chelsea. That's right. Out of the 100 simulations, 63 of them were won by Chelsea, 37 of them by Arsenal. Just kind of 2/3 of them. So yeah, it is siding with Chelsea on that regard. They did score 168 goals. And Arsenal scored 111. Now, fear not, Arsenal fans. Yes, the nitty gritty is not good, but let's consider it after. Let's just say you hold out for 90 minutes. And goes into extra time or penalties, then it swings in your favour, because there was actually 29. That's like basically 1/3 of all of the 100 went to extra time or penalties, and Arsenal, when it got to that point, won 21 of them. That's quite an impressive statistic right there. So if it goes to the 90, Arsenal are like 2/3 or 2/3 in favour of winning. Should it go into 90 minutes? And then I'll break that down even further. And that includes, so out of those 29, 15 of them went to penalty, extra time. Arsenal won 10 of them. Chelsea won 5 of them. And then we stretch it even further to penalties. 14 of them went to penalties. And Arsenal won an impressive 11 of them. And Chelsea just the 3. So yeah, so that's the nitty gritty for the breakdown of the 100. So yeah, Chelsea should have the upper hand going into this. But regardless of all that, and regardless of the simulation, I've got another graphic for you which will bring you what the simulation kind of suggests will be the final score. But I want to tell you this, folks. Arsenal fans, you got to remember that this is Unai Emery's trophy. He's won it a bazillion times with Sevilla. I think he won it with other. So you know, you're going to go into this. To be in my eyes, with an unbiased opinion, I think Arsenal should be favourites for this. They've got more, but they do have more on the line. You know, Chelsea are already in the Champions League. Arsenal are trying to get in there through the back door here. So there's a lot of pressure on Arsenal to do it, but it is Unai Emery's trophy. He's won it a bazillion times. He's on familiar turf. This is his baby. I back him more often than not. But ultimately, despite what I say and despite what I think, the simulation proves, or the simulation suggests, the final score come Baku on the 29th of May will be a 2-1 victory in favour of Chelsea, with Hazard and Higuain scoring and Aubameyang on the receiving end, or the consolation goal, to kind of make it a little bit interesting. For me, I hope it goes all the way to penalties, 3-3 after extra time, goals galore, and then we you know, maybe give it to some player I don't really like to miss the penalty. I don't know. There's nobody that springs to mind. I've got no beef with either one of these two sides. For me, I think I'd like to see Arsenal win, because it just brings an extra English team to the Champions League next season. So I think that's what I'm going to side with. Hopefully for an Arsenal victory, but no disrespect to any Chelsea fans out there. You know, you know, it's a good occasion for you guys. It's another trophy. A trophy would keep Sarri happy and maybe keep him at the club next season. But is that what you want? Do you want to see Sarri next season? What do you want to see Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans next season? Give me your thoughts and opinions about next season, and of course the Europa League final in the comment section down below. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up, and if you do, smash a subscribe. We're going to be doing, I think it's probably the last simulation for a while. Obviously the games are coming to a close, and international football will be kicking off in the next week or so. So we're looking forward to that on the channel, and then we'll look forward to the new season come the start of August. But anyway, folks, until then, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up, smash a subscribe. I'll be back soon, very, very soon, with some more videos in some fashion. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here, I hope.